So we're here in Switzerland with Jump4Heroes, the Royal British Legion's extreme human flight team. We've got 5 days to create a 1.5 minute all-action edit of the 3 guys jumping from the Eiger, so we're going to see what we can do.
We are Jump4Heroes, which are the Royal British Legion Extreme Human Flight Team. Base jumping off the north face of the Eiger is hard enough on its own. To do that in formation, the pretty tricky thing, to get all of us flying there and do it safely. And we thought, actually, this would be a great challenge to get out there and do, and to get younger people understanding about the great work that the Royal British Legion does.
BASE stands for Building Antennas Spanning Earth, and they're the objects that you can jump from.
Initially, base jumping was all about falling, just jumping off an object and opening your parachute. And now it's evolved to where you can actually fly. And the beauty of wingsuiting is that people can understand that you're flying because everyone dreams of flying.
We're full-time soldiers, so we're basically part-time base jumpers. So every time we come jumping again, we need to resort back to where we started off from. When Spence and I got asked to come out here again with Al to do this, the first thing we said, right, we need a couple of weeks to get back into it. We skydive with each other now for probably up to 10 years. We know each other in and out. Now, you basically put your life in their hands, checking your pilot chute, exactly the same as if we were soldiering, if we were checking magazines or checking whatever. Up there, totally confident with the 2 people I jump with.
You can't just come to the Eiger and jump it. You need to build up the teamwork and the trust. So we started out in the valley and did some just shorter jumps so we could practice the exits and practice the formation.
So we started off without wingsuits, with wingsuits just on our own. And then we started to bring the formation into line and tighten that up. I'm just going to make a phone call with the helicopter people, just check the airspace is clear, and then we're going to get jumping. Good and Tiger, I have 3 wingsuit jumpers at the high nose in about 2 minutes. Are we happy with the line-up? Spence, you're going to count. I'll be breaking that. I'm ready. Ready? Ready? 3, 2, 1. See ya.
I knew they could do the exit timing well, but to fly together in a formation for a long period of time was the goal.
We still needed more time in freefall, so we thought what better way to do that than jump out of a helicopter.
The whole ridgeline, the whole mountain's going to be here. Yeah, so we're not...
Just handrail back to the right.
Yeah, handrail to the right the whole time.
Spence, who's leading the formation, has got to take the right line. If he gets too tight, he's going to force me into that cliff. If he takes us too low, he takes us all too low, yet trying to fly a tight formation down that east ridge. So what we did before we did the East Ridge flight, what we call a dirt dive, so a rehearsal on the ground, sort of standing in the dirt.
The chopper's going to be moving forward, okay? So it's bang, bang, bang. Just not even. Yeah, let's go.
You know, here's a prestigious mountain that's taken lives over many years, and we're actually flying down it in a formation. And not only that, we've got about 2.5 minutes, maybe 3 minutes of flight, and just to fly down something that's such an incredible, vast mountain, it's just a pleasure.
when you're a helicopter and you're hovering over peaks of the Eiger and the Jungfrau, you are apprehensive. It's a new environment for you they're not used to. And just seeing the awesomeness of that mountain range is a phenomenal experience.
Without a shadow of doubt.
Yeah, isn't that good? Nice one, thanks. After that jump, we came back down, we looked at the video, and having seen yourself on video in tight formation and flying together, the smoke coming back and using it as the line to fly, you know, we've actually got the formation going. It did give a lot of confidence, but it also gave us a little bit of how to be aware that if we did get turbulence from one of the other jumpers, or if we did touch them on exit, it could all go drastically wrong quite easily.
We all walked away from that East Ridge jump knowing that we could do the job and be safe, and that was what we needed to walk away from it with. The night before the jump, you're lying there in bed, tossing and turning, thinking it through.
Your mind's running active, running through all the different scenarios and stuff. You think about what should happen, but what could go wrong and how you deal with it.
So I didn't get as much sleep as I wanted to, actually.
The Eiger jump is not for the faint-hearted. It's a very iconic jump. It's a sheer piece of rock that comes out of the mountain, and it's not connected to the mountain at the top. So back in the early days when we used to have to hike up, we'd actually have to jump over onto the mushroom, and it's about 3 meters, 4 meters across and about 2 meters down. So it's very intense, and quite a few people have broken their ankles jumping onto it. So a lot more people are jumping it now, but it was a very full-on intimidating jump back in the day that only a few would dare to do.
All you see is rock. You don't have a person there or a house or something that you can really compare it to and understand the size and scale of it. It's not till you're flying up that face and it just goes on and on and on that you really notice the enormity and how huge that mountain is. And it really started to bring it into us, you know, the breadth of what we were about to do.
Nervous?
Yeah, a little bit of anticipation, as I think we always should be. Got a good cameraman and a good technical advisor, Dukes. Very experienced guy. Yeah, some good top tips for me.
You're at 10,000 feet above sea level, so the air's thinner, it's cold, it can be windy, so it's quite intimidating. Just getting off the heli onto the mushroom is quite full on.
The problem is where you are, you've got the rotor blades of the helicopter turning round, and of course they're higher. So you've got to make sure you stay really, really low, because the last thing you want to be doing is sticking your head into those rotor blades as well.
Once the heli leaves, you're there on your own. There's no real way down. So you really have to control your fears for that, and everyone has to control each other's fears as well, and just keep it as low key as possible so that nothing crazy happens.
I do not like hanging around, but with filming like we've been doing, there's other things that count. You know, you might just see this guy get on the helicopter, then put his suit on and jump. That could have taken up to an hour. Everything from people making sure the filming's done correctly, the sound's done correctly, the visuals are done correctly, the landing area's got smoke on it. It all takes time. And I don't really deal well with that.
Little things can stress people out. The radio going off every 2 minutes. When you jump in, what's happening now, and this sort of stuff.
Yeah. No, 20 seconds. I can't perch here forever.
Yeah.
You need to hurry up, I'm stood on one leg.
Okay, that's 10 seconds.
Okay. Smoke on. Counts on you, Sven. Smudge pops the smoke, and at that point, you know, there's only so long we can wait before we have to go.
Yeah, it's totally in my face. I know roughly I can see the horizon, I can make the angle.
So he's got to dive through that smoke losing sight of Spence, so trusting where he is, trusting, not knowing that he's going to dive into him, so he's got the toughest job on the exit.
3, 2, 1, see ya.
Yeah.
We should go up there also for the next landing, yeah?
I don't know, I think something happened. They weren't flying properly from what I could see, so I think something went wrong.
Spence ended up quite low. I think he might have opened a little bit off heading and it put him in the trees.
You fine, yeah? Yeah, go and pack, and I'll get him down. Go, go, go.
Here's where we're at, here's what we've got to think about. Chances are, canopy's not fit to jump. He's landed in the tree. Our rigs are low bulk rigs, so the fabric is very thin. So undoubtedly, his canopy was trash. He wouldn't be able to jump that.
At what stage did you bail and pop?
As soon as I knew you were going low.
Yeah, I was looking at it and going,
He's got no awareness
one, yeah.
No awareness, mate.
Well, this is what I was saying, right, we've got to be careful with these slopes because you don't get the same perspective of the height because it's sloping down and you're going with it, and then you get
The issue being is we've been training the valley jump from 2,000 feet. So your perspective of what the ground looks like in the valley is different from the Eiger. And I pulled just about tree height effectively. Canopy opened, and I only had one time to release one arm, get one toggle, and next time I'm in the trees. The biggest concern for me was, I mean, if my equipment is damaged, that screws up the whole of the rest of the day. I wasn't concerned about my own safety. I thought, right, the timing it is, I've got to run all the way down this hill now to get to the land area to pack, to make the helicopter, to make up the Eiger, to make the Cineflex. And we only had a 40-minute window to do that. You feel like you've let your teammates down, for sure.
What Spence had done as he flew through the trees, he was grabbing tree trunks, grabbing and grabbing, and he ended up 6 foot off the ground. So there was no pressure on any of his gear. And so somehow, because of that, his canopy wasn't trashed and we were able to keep on and jump it, pack it up and go again. It just took a bit longer than we planned. Spence particularly must have been so nervous. We could fall at any time as we get onto the edge. To get all 3 of us lined up with the jutting rock, the jagged bit, we can use a bit of rope to get there, but at some point then we've got to let go of that rope and yeah, you lose your balance, somebody just turns around and knocks you. That could be it, that could be enough, and that could send you over the edge. Now actually, yeah, that's what we're about to do, but you go over the edge unplanned with these wingsuits that will then grab air in the wrong areas, so you might end up on your back, it can spin you around. You know, we've got to be on it, you've got to be on it like that. Something goes wrong, you've got to be dealing with that situation.
Amazing, did you see that, how it came off? We've got tight formation, super tight, and straight that camera on behind.
What they did was very difficult. To fly wingsuits in a formation like that consistently, it takes a lot of skill and a lot of effort as well. And I think they grew over this job and were really doing some really great flying by the end. yeah, I can't wait to see it. It's really good. They just did so good, and the way everything was shot was really, really well done too. So, yeah, good on them. I think it's great. It's a great cause, and I definitely think they deserve a bit of glory for it.
The way everything came together, the way we managed to arrange the Cineflex while we're here, and other cameramen and stuff, and they got all different footage from different angles.
Teamwork.
Yeah, no, and it's really, really gone well, and I'm just chuffed to bits. It all came well together. We're all still in one piece, and I think we pulled it off at the end of the day. So.
Very, very privileged to be a part of it. Very privileged.